This is Optimal Health Daily, episode 338. Are weight loss shakes the key to lasting weight loss? Part 2, by Deen of JCD and I'm your host and narrator, Dr. Neil Malik. Hello there, happy Wednesday and happy 1st of November. Welcome back to Optimal Health Daily, where I read to you from popular health and fitness blogs to help you optimize your health. Now, before we get into it, a big thank you to Talkspace for sponsoring this episode. Talkspace is an online therapy company that makes therapy affordable, confidential, and convenient, and they let you choose from over 1,500 licensed therapists. For a special offer just for you, come by Talkspace.com/OHD. That's Talkspace.com/OHD. And what a sad day. We're taking down our Halloween decorations. I mentioned yesterday I was actually getting used to them, and I kind of liked them. But the good news is for me, the holidays are now approaching, and that's where I really shine. I love decorating for the winter holidays, but it's still too early to do that right now, so I'll have to wait a couple of weeks. But I'll keep you guys posted on how that's going. Now, really quickly, today is a continuation from yesterday, so if you're new here, you'll probably want to hear yesterday's episode first. That's episode 337. But if you're all caught up, let's hear part 2 and continue optimizing your life. Are weight loss shakes the key to lasting weight loss? Part 2, by Deen of JCD First, let's look at the economics of some of these weight loss shakes. I've compared the cost of a homemade shake and a meal replacement shake from Advocare in a picture on my original post. The price per serving of my homemade banana and protein powder shake is 80 cents. The price per serving from a meal replacement shake from Advocare, $3.21. You can get just as much protein, carbs, and fat with a shake you make at home, and you get to avoid a bunch of filler products like the ones you would get in the meal replacement shake and or in most protein powders. It's clearly less expensive to make your own, and you get the benefit of knowing how much and exactly what you're putting into your body. How weight loss really works. Weight loss is fundamentally basic math. You eat fewer calories than you burn over a period of time and you lose weight. But what you eat, how you exercise, and how you rest determines whether or not you lose fat or muscle. At the end of the day, it goes like this. First, you must find out how many calories you burn per day. There are a number of web-based calculators that you can use to figure this out. Second, you create a calorie deficit. So if you plug in your numbers and a metabolic calculator says you burn 2,800 calories per day, we'll just use that as the example, you'll want to consistently eat less than that. I don't recommend more than 500 calories below maintenance per day for various reasons, but you want to create what we call a sustainable deficit, which means something you can realistically stick to. Sure, you could adopt the weight loss shake mindset and consume only 1,500 calories per day, but you'll not only lose weight fast, you'll also lose muscle. I should also mention that you're likely to also lose strength and suffer throughout your diet. How shakes can be helpful. Shakes can be helpful in the following scenarios. You're short on time, or you want a quick, easy meal, or you need to add some more quality protein to your diet, or you dislike certain veggies like spinach or kale and want to put them into a smoothie. They can also be helpful in getting you to start your day off right with a healthy breakfast, which can set you up for success later in the day to eat better and track your macros. How weight loss shakes can hurt you. Weight loss shakes tend to be low in vitamins and minerals in general, especially the ones that come in a fancy container and promise to make you look like $1 million by drinking them alone. Weight loss shakes aren't helpful when you replace too many of your meals with them, or you rely on them out of laziness, or you believe them to be your fat loss miracle, or you think they're a suitable replacement for good nutrition. Remember, most of these so-called weight loss shakes are created to fulfill a fabricated need in order to make your life easier and to avoid doing the work it takes to create healthy, sustainable fat loss. Why they're called weight loss shakes. When you look at these labels, there is nothing magical in them. As I mentioned earlier, there are no true fat-burning foods in existence, and these shakes are just food. Marketers label these as weight loss shakes because most of them are lower in calories when you compare them to traditional meals, and because they can serve as a makeshift meal replacement. But at the end of the day, you can create your own healthier version of a weight loss shake as long as you have a blender at home. A very popular approach to making your own shakes is by blending a combination of the following: fresh fruit, some protein powder, I like True Nutrition or Now brand pea protein, veggies like kale, carrots, spinach, etc., honey, yogurt, or various liquids like milk, almond milk, or something similar. Water works too. And some people put nuts in them, but just make sure your blender can handle it. Why homemade weight loss shakes are a better choice. At the end of the day, you're controlling what's in them. You don't have to rely on a mass-produced, pre-made powder with subpar ingredients. Instead, you can load them up with all the healthy vitamin and mineral-rich ingredients you desire. On top of that, you're saving money. You just listened to part 2 of the post titled, "Are Weight Loss Shakes the Key to Lasting Weight Loss?" by JC Deen of JCDFitness.com. And a big thanks again to my sponsor for today's episode, Talkspace. We all need to take better care of ourselves, and our mental health is no exception. That's why today's sponsor, Talkspace, the online therapy company, makes it easy to connect with an experienced, licensed therapist that you pick based on your preferences, and for a fraction of the price of traditional therapy. You can send your therapist text, audio, or video messages, or do a live video chat. Talkspace therapists are fully licensed and go through a rigorous screening process in addition to thousands of hours of supervised professional training. To match you with your perfect therapist, come by Talkspace.com/OHD. As a special offer for our listeners, you can use the coupon code OHD to get $30 off your first month, all while showing support for this podcast. That's the coupon code OHD and Talkspace.com/OHD. Talkspace, therapy for how we live today. Now, JC mentions that he does use some protein powder in his homemade shakes. What I would recommend is if you can substitute something that comes from a whole food, that would be ideal. Some sort of nut butter. While not the whole food per se, it's pretty close if you buy the right kinds. That might be a nice substitute for a protein powder in your homemade shake. When you look at the ingredients when purchasing nut butters, it really should only have 1 or 2 things listed. So the ingredients list should look something like, if you're buying peanut butter, peanuts, that is all, or peanuts, salt. That's about it. You really don't want anything else listed there. And I really liked that JC doesn't recommend people go too low on their calorie consumption each day. So let's say you're trying to lose weight and you want to burn fat. Well, when you find out how many calories you need to eat per day to maintain your weight, a nutritionist or dietitian can help you figure this out. What you want to do is then go, okay, I want to reduce my calories by just a little bit below that number. So let's say you need 2,000 calories per day to maintain your weight. You don't want to go too far below that in an effort to try and lose weight fast. In fact, for most active women, I say don't go below 1,500 calories per day. If you're really active ladies, I say get closer to 1,800 calories per day. That should be about right. For guys, if you're somewhat active, you can consume around 2,000 calories per day on average. If you're really active, maybe 2,200. Again, I'm speaking in general terms. So on average, what we find is those calorie ranges are acceptable for most men and women. But if you really want to get specific, I highly recommend you speak to your doctor or a dietitian or nutritionist to get some real personal numbers for you. The problem is if you go too low with your calories, you're going to start to feel pretty lousy. You're not going to be able to work out as hard. You might, as JC said, actually lose muscle more than fat. The reason for that is when our bodies feel as though they're starving, they're going to want to hang on to fat because fat is one of our best sources of energy. So if we cut our calories too low, the body goes, uh-oh, we might be starving here. We got to hang on to our best supply of energy, fat. Then what's the body going to use to get more fuel from? Your muscle. It'll start to tear down your muscle, and we don't want that to happen. But if you can cut some calories each day consistently, that fat will come off. But give yourself some time. Have patience. Before I go, I want to thank you for listening. Thank you for being a subscriber and sharing this show with a friend or family member. I'll see you back here tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.
Hello, Life Optimizer. This is Justin Malik, creator and producer of this show and Optimal Living Daily, the brother podcast of this one. Literally, I'm Dr. Neil's brother. If you like the format of this show, you'll love Optimal Living Daily too, where I also read to you from blogs, but cover other topics like personal development, finance, and minimalism from bloggers like Derek Sivers, The Minimalists, Zen Habits, and many more. So for more amazing content read to you for free, come subscribe to Optimal Living Daily too, and together we'll optimize your life.
You've been listening to Optimal Health Daily. Be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on each new episode, and head to oldpodcast.com. That's oldpodcast.com for a free gift, as well as more actionable tips and resources to help you maximize your potential. Thanks for joining us, and remember, your optimal life awaits.